I said, I'm overqualified. I was a manager with the Waffle House, and I said, I'm overqualified. He said, well, right now we looking for, cooks. And I said, well, let me say this. If you don't hire me now, I get a job. Don't worry about calling me back. I'm going to have a job by today. He said, you sit right here. What I'm saying is when you go to a job or whatever you do, when God's favor is on your life, all you have to do is just open up your mouth and just speak, and God will speak for you. And you let people know with confidence, hey, I'm your man. If you miss me, you're going to miss a good one. That's right. That's why the wives or husband or whatever, you tell your wife, hey, I'm the man. You lose me, you may lose it all. You acting crazy. I got 10 more minutes. That's right. You got to look at somebody next to you and say, I'm your blessing. I'm your blessing. I'm your blessing. That's right. I'm your blessing. I'm your blessing. You don't realize I'm your blessing. Brother George, Sister Karis was looking at you. All right, I just want you to know that. Genesis 29, 18 and 19 and 20. And Jacob loved Rachel and said, I will serve thee 7 years for Rachel, thy younger daughter. And Laban said, but it is better that I give her to thee than I shall give her to another man. Abide with me. So Jacob served 7 years to get Rachel. But they seemed like only a few days to him because he loved for her. Because, that's what he say, because of his love for her. 7 years seemed like a few days because of his love for her. If I can hold you for 8 more minutes, it would be serving for change. Somebody say it with me, serving for change. Really, this lesson is not about so much about change and serving. It's about patience. Waiting on things to change. Here's a man, we know, Jacob, running from his brother Esau, and he runs into his uncle Laban, and he have 2 daughters, and one was Leah and one was Rachel. But Rachel was the youngest, and Jacob loved Rachel. I don't know why he loved her, but maybe because the Bible says Leah had a weak eye or a lazy eye, and Rachel was beautiful. There are many Bible verses that are important and talks about patience and appreciation for a present moment. Discovering a biblical perspective, listen, about wisdom and practicing patience. It's really one of the moments that we all will experience in life. When you look at Ecclesiastes 7, it says, do not, and I'm reading this out of a different version, but it says, don't be quickly provoked in your spirit. To be angry. For anger reside in the lap of a fool. King James say the bosom of a fool. The reason why people get angry because they don't have patience. Ephesians 4:2 says it like this: be completely humble and gentle. King James Version say, with all lowliness and meekness, and with long suffering, bearing one another in love. But the New King James Version says, be completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing with one another in love. Well, preacher, what do that have to do with me? You not patient. You want it now. Galatians 6:9 says, let us not become weary in well-doing. For at the proper time, we will reap a harvest if we don't give up. Let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. It's important. As we notice that even in 1 Corinthians 13:4, say love is patience. It's kind. What do you do when you receive something that you didn't ask God for? What do you do when you work and serve, pay tithes, come to church every time the church doors are open? What do you do when you receive Leah? When you don't get what you want. It's almost like being at a drive-thru. Do you got my drive-thru there? It's almost like being at a drive-thru. I told them to grab a drive-thru, and the Holy Spirit showed me that when you're at a drive-thru, you order, but you don't receive. Good God, some of y'all missed it. I'm going to say it again. Have anybody ever been at the drive-thru, order and received at the same time? Sometimes at a drive-thru, you have to wait in line, but you have already put your order in. Good God Almighty. Tell your neighbor, my order's already taken. My order's already taken. That's the problem. Your order is already taken, but now you got to wait. And see, I know I have to wait because I tell them I want mine fresh. I don't know who I'm talking to, but sometimes you can ask God for something, but God will say, you need to pull over in this, y'all missed that. You need to pull over and get out of line because the people that want it fresh, you're going to have to wait on it. I don't know who I'm talking about. I need a fresh word. I need a fresh anointing. If I want, matter of fact, I don't need my marriage. I need everything fresh. Well, God said if you want it fresh, you're going to have to. And see, while I'm waiting on something fresh, everybody else getting their blessing. Everybody else got their Happy Meal. Everybody else got their chicken nuggets. And I'm still waiting. But I come to tell somebody God told me to tell, you better serve while change is coming. All you have to do, keep serving the Lord. Keep waiting on the Lord because change will come. Jacob had to serve while his change was coming. And it's difficult after you serve 7 years. Now listen, if you don't know the story, I'm going to give it to you in 3 minutes. He served 7 years for what he wanted. What happened when God give you something you don't want? And I know the pastor said, I'm getting ready for overflow. What if the flow don't come today? Pastor said they're going to switch places, and I'm going to be the first and last. But when I walk out the door, I still feel like I'm in the last place. Oh, I come to tell somebody, keep serving. He woke up after 7 years. Laban promised Jacob to give him the younger daughter. And he woke up in bed on his wedding night with Leah. He put the veil on her. So that's why you got to kiss the bride. Hey, I need to see who I'm marrying. But Laban didn't allow Jacob to move the veil. They went into the room and everybody was good. But when he woke up, he had the wrong woman. What do you do when you wake up with Leah and you've been working for Rachel? He went back to Naaman. He went back to Laban and said, man, listen, you tricked me. I'm going to tell you why he tricked him. Because he was getting a taste of his own medicine. See, you ever notice some of the slickest people in the church, they never prosper? Because when they whoop you out of your hey, you know, my rent due. Could I borrow $100? Then you find out, hey, you know, my rent due. Could I borrow $25, $100? You give $100, I give $100. Then we be sitting around at the table, and I say, hey, man, you know, sister such and such borrowed $100. What? She owed me $100 too. And do you not know those people never prosper? After they don't borrow everybody money, because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. Eventually, you're going to run out of people to borrow from. Laban had tricked his brother out of his birth. Not Laban, but Jacob tricked his brother out of his birthright. But now he got to taste the same medicine. But when you see it again, you know, game recognized game. I done went in the hood there, right there. I said, game recognized game. Don't come to me because, oh, pastor been saved 20, 30 years. I know what game look like. Now, we may be saved, but we ain't stupid. That's why I tell my kids, they be acting like they getting over. I know what weed smell like. You in there eating cornflakes and it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Boy, you smoking some weed. You ain't got to tell me what you're doing. I know what you're doing because I ate some cornflakes at 1 o'clock in the morning. I say game recognize game. Laban knew that Jacob had stole his brother's birthright, and he said, you know what? Since he want to be so slick, I'm going to be slick to him. And this is one of the things that I learned. When it come back on you, don't take it personal. Oh, I don't know. I'm about to get out of here. I got 2 more minutes. Don't take it personal when it happened to you. You know you did somebody in, somebody gonna do you in. But you know what he did? He said, I tell you what, you right, you got me. I work 7 more years. Now what do that have to do with you? Sometimes you have to serve while your change is coming. You already made your order. They working on it. They cooking your food. Look at somebody and say, they cooking your food. Have you ever been at Longhorn? Oh, I don't know who I just killed a demon. Have you ever been sitting there? Could I help somebody? And don't be sitting there and somebody else that look like they sat down after you get their food first. Your patience start really being weary. And you go, honey, now I know them people was here after us. And how in the world they got I don't know who I'm talking to. How they got their blessing and we've been sitting here. My God isn't our color. And y'all, some of y'all know, y'all stop. My God, they white, I'm black. Maybe they cook their steak first because they got another section for the black people. I need to speak to the manager. Wait a minute, Mr. Manager. Them people over there, and you know what they is. They white and we black. Are y'all like racists up in here? Because you ain't got no patience. The people, and then as soon as you act ugly, they him your food. See, when you don't have patience, you start imagining things. You start saying, my God, why he ain't came home already? He been off from work. See, when you don't have patience, you sitting there. Have anybody ever had to wait on somebody? I ain't talking about Sister Polk. Have anybody ever had to sit there in the driveway and blow the horn? My God, how long you gonna sit here? I got to get to church. Have anybody ever got impatient and blown the horn? And when she come out, she looking at you like, I know you just didn't blow the horn out here. That's all right. You go ahead on. I'll drive my own car. When you're impatient, it causes you to do things that you normally wouldn't do. It'll play with your mind. You got to learn to serve with patience. Keep serving the Lord, even though you already told God, you made a request. You say, honey, guess what? I know God said he's going to save our children, but guess what? We got to wait now. Now, it ain't no sense us getting mad, fighting them and jumping on them and all that kind of stuff. Just wait on the Lord. Know that God is working on them. God is cooking them. And some of your children may be medium rare. If you just wait a few minutes, they'll be well done. Keep serving until your change come. I want you to know that patience is a virtue. It is something you have to practice. And let me say this too. Patience don't feel good. All right. Especially now, why would I go to Longhorn when I'm in a rush? Hey, if we got to be at another service, ain't no sense of going to Longhorn. Let's stop by McDonald's. Because they're going to get us in and get it. But could I help somebody today? It's just what the words say, Longhorn. I think y'all missed it. See, if you want a good steak, I ain't talking about no ground beef at beans and the soybeans at McDonald's. You want a good steak, you got to go to Longhorn. Sometimes it's the long way. It may not be quick. Don't be in a rush. Don't be anxious for nothing. I know it's the holiday season. Don't put no pressure on your spouse. He barely paying cable. The man trying to keep up with the cable. Why are you going to put pressure on him? I saw that Pandora and I want 5 pieces on it. Only at new birth. There's certain things you may have to wait on. If you want a certain gift, teenagers and young people, and your parents can't, just say, Mom, I want y'all to catch them outside and say, Mom, if you can't do it, don't worry about it. I'm going to keep serving until the blessing may come in February. I don't care when it comes, long as it comes. But keep serving the Lord until your change comes. Would y'all give him praise all over this room? Eyes haven't seen the same thing. Now, Jacob wanted something. And there's certain things we all want. If you're single, I know you want a good man. And then if you're married, you want a good man.